Night Cafe was created as a way to bring together Asian American artists from around the city and just Los Angelinos in general to come together in physical space. And we've been doing that for now 21 years. We are in our 21st season, coming up for 21 years. We are completely free, as you could probably tell. If anybody charged you on your way in, I hope you get your money back. And we are completely volunteer run. We are all volunteer folks. Everything you see here is off the back of donations. And so with that, this is really your space. This is really, really your space. And one thing that we're really, really proud of is the fact that for us as a space, we are able to bring people together every first and third Tuesday of the month. And one way that we do that is by coming up with these themes. And one theme that has happened every year for the past probably like decade plus is our annual LGBTQ show. And so we have a very, very packed show this evening, and so I don't want to talk too long, but I do want to talk a little bit about this night, which means I probably will go long, so just bear with me. But this show we have every year, and every year we're thinking a lot about what this show means and why we do a show like this. We are very, very lucky in that like trans and queer folks are part of our stage, they are part of our audience, and they are part of our staff leadership all year round. So as one of our co-founders, Tracy, says, we are queer all year. And so with, we don't need a month. And so with that, it is Pride Month, and we are thinking about Pride Month, and I'm thinking about Pride Month, and I'm thinking about a Pride Month this year that has been increasingly centering corporations and cisgender white pop stars. And so for myself, I'm thinking a lot about what it means to just create space that centers trans and queer folks who fought for pride, who ensure that we have the rights that we do. We recognize that all of us, no matter how we identify, our rights were fought for by many trans folks, a lot of black trans women, who fought for basic human rights and created language and framework and policy that allows all of us to exist in the way that we exist right now. And so that's what we're thinking about with this Pride. And tonight's show is a testament to that. Tonight you're going to hear a lot of folks speaking their truth, singing their truth, moving their truth. It's going to be a pretty fun show. So with that, I know it is a very crowded one. I know that there are a lot of people here, and I know that you're going to maybe like be sitting in the audience and maybe like surrounded by good people and vibing out. And you're going to vibe and you're going to be like, oh, this resonates, but I'm too tired to make noise or to cheer or to snap. So what we're going to do is we're going to warm up real quick. Can we warm up real quick? So if you hear something on the stage that resonates with you, what we're going to do is we're going to, like, I think some of you have seen me do this a little bit. Some of you have been to a spoken word or open mic spots. Something that we like to do if you want to, like, something resonates with you, but you don't want to full on yell, all you're going to do is put your fingers like this. I'm just going to snap. You can snap. Or you can put your hands like this. Or you can go like this. Or you can just really subtly go like, 1, 2, 3, Or if something really resonates, you can go, woo! Can I hear that? Woo! One more time. Can I hear that? Woo! All right, and then at the end of every performance, what are we going to do? This is a space for artists to try things. They are going to be vulnerable in ways that they may not be vulnerable elsewhere. They are going to be sharing things with you that maybe they haven't shared with themselves yet. And so I hope that you will be supportive here in the way that they are offering things up to you. And I hope that you will be present in the way that they are present as well. Can we all do that? All right. Do you want to get the show started? Can we hear it one more time for DJ Lobo? So with that, I am so excited to bring up this first artist. They are somebody whose work I have tracked for years and who I have been trying to figure out how to like weave them into the space. And then in trying to fill this slot, I was talking with somebody on staff, and the staff person mentioned, oh, they do poetry and they perform music. And I thought to myself, oh, maybe we should ask them through. So with that, as they set up, I'm going to move over here real quick. I'm going to ask you to give it up for Seth Hernandez Ronquillo, who is an undocumented immigrant filmmaker and community organizer whose roots come from Bicol, Philippines. But on a non-professional, unofficial level, Seth performs music and writes poetry as a tool for healing and self-reflection. Since 2010, Seth has organized around migrant justice issues, and their short films have been featured in film festivals across the U.S. As impact producer for the award-winning documentary Call Her Gonda, Seth finally started on the journey to explore the full breadth of their identities and became more involved in efforts to uplift issues impacting their queer/trans/non-binary community. Seth will share music and original poetry that have emerged from this self-exploration at the intersection of their multiple identities. P.S. Seth has been attending TNC for the last 3 years thanks to the invitation of their younger sibling, Josen, who is over here in this fabulous shirt. Please give it up for Seth Hernandez. Thank you.
Some seeds take a lifetime to wake up and sprout, but in the right season, they bring flowers out. I long for the day I can fully bloom to show you my naked, unwavering truth, unlearning the lies I have grown to believe, unfurling the petals concealing what's in me. I've survived frigid winters. At last, it is spring. Actually, summer. And I welcome the freedom this new season will bring. These days, I'm usually behind the camera or behind the scenes in the work that I do in my everyday life. I'm not really usually a performer, and it's been a while since I've done something like this. But when folks from TNC invited me for this show, I thought that it might be a sign from the universe to maybe start sharing some of the poetry and music that I would use as a tool for my own self-healing. Thank you. The poems that I'll be sharing today come from this collection that I've been writing called Remedies for a Broken Spirit. And I'll also try to sing a song, although I'm feeling a little sick, so please excuse my voice ahead of time. These pieces are about fear, longing, self-rejection, hopelessness, shame, guilt. But above that, they're really about self-love, self-acceptance, and hope. And faith that, something is gonna be coming beyond the horizon. They come from the intersections and convergences of my identities as a migrant, as undocumented, queer, Filipino, in the shadows, coming out of the shadows. So thank you in advance for letting me share space with you all tonight. This next piece that I'll be sharing is called Shattered Glass. You raised me to adore you, to bow my head and uplift you. You stole my voice and my words. You made sure I wasn't heard. I couldn't take a stand, so you walked all over me. I couldn't speak my truth, so you told lies about me. But now I've learned to sing aloud, a beat complete and sweet. I've come to stand on solid ground. My feet resist defeat. You left me shattered, you left me broken, but my strength remains unshaken. You left me falling, you left me dying, but my spirit just keeps on resisting. Like shattered glass, I lacerate. Like falling rain, I inundate. Like broken chords, I resonate. Up from the dying embers, I liberate. Gasping weakly to survive. Smoke evokes the danger coming. We're groaning for a chance to life. Laughter raining, joy abiding. Beyond this wall we cannot seem to climb. Bitter blessings fill our wanting with thorny roses on the side. deep inside this our world. The water is a child. Whenever they ask me what gives me hope, it feels like they're really asking what helps me cope. On sturdy knees, I try to stand, but even trees sink into sand. Where do I turn to find peace and patience when nothing in this world even makes sense? People with courage conquer their fears, but I'm just feeling discouraged. All I've got is tears. I've seen leaders and preachers act like they're stronger, pretending to bear boulders on quivering shoulders. That's why the world just revolves and never really evolves. As problems unsolved, what new answers might solve? We've been fighting mutations of undying injustice, but it's like no generation has ever really grown up in justice. If the long arc of history really bends towards justice, are centuries not even enough to even kiss its surface? I could only wonder how those before me pulled through. They've searched for something better, for a world that's brand new. My parents, grandparents, ancestors, predecessors, who were not content to live lives that were lesser. They gave me this present that they hoped would be better than the past they could have resented, but just didn't let fester. Did they think of me? Did they think of now? Back then, did they see my moments of doubt? When their world grew dark, did they find a spark in thinking that you and I will breathe under the sky? You see, they saw past their scope when they fought for the future. Who knows if that's hope, but I'll take it so I can go further. I'm almost out of time, but I'll share just one last poem that I think really sums up what this month means to me. I made this poem for a special someone, and I hope that someday I'll be ready enough to share it with them. This poem is called Me Authentically. If I were to be me authentically, I wonder if you'd still love me. If you were to see the truth behind my story, would you still willingly embrace my reality? I used to think I wasn't worthy of being loved in my totality. Shame became the enemy, convincing me I'm eternally guilty. But I deserve a life, not a lifelong penalty. After all, my truth is too beautiful to bury. I'll never know what it feels like to be truly happy if the love I take is never rooted in honesty. So I'll no longer say sorry for wanting to be free. These lies are too heavy for my heart to carry. From here on, I'll embrace my truth with no apology. I hope you'd be ready to love me unconditionally. Thank you.
Please come here one more time for Seth Hernandez, Ronquillo. Coming out of that was some Frank Ocean. That's a move. All right, how are y'all doing, Tuesday Night Cafe? If you're just joining us, you're rocking out Tuesday Night Cafe every first and the Tuesday of the month. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, if you want, actually, normally this is the point where I would say come further in, sit over here, but we are very, very much full over here. So if you want to get a better look, feel free to come around back. Feel free to go on the other side of the fence. Thank you so much for being here this evening and supporting the artists. We really appreciate it. I hope that you are having a good time. With that, right now we are going to bring up, yes, We are so excited to have this space because the space allows us to connect a lot of the amazing organizations that ensure that us as a community are moving forward and the communities that have ensured that we have been moving forward as a community. And so we are very, very happy to give quick announcement slots to organizations who want a couple of things to say. So with that, I am going to bring up Tracy and Maya, who are actually both TNP staff members, to talk a little bit about an initiative from Nikkei Progressives. Give it up for Tracy and Maya.
Hi.
I'm Maya.
I'm Tracy.
And we're here representing Vigilant Love, Nikkei Progressives, and of course Tuesday Night Project, alongside Genome, VC, NCRR, LTSE, and many more community organizations. The Trump administration announced last week that it plans to detain 1,400 migrant children at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Fort Sill has been a site of incarceration for a long time. In 1984, the Chiricahua Apache tribe were incarcerated there. World War II, Japanese Americans, 2014, migrant children, and today the Trump administration is preparing to incarcerate migrant children once again.
So we know that tonight we really want to focus a lot on celebration. We also want to have moments where we're keeping it real as a community, right? And this particular site, I don't know if everybody knows, but this was one place that people were picked up and had luggage dumped off, right, at this church, Union Church, to be then placed into assembly centers that led them to concentration camps. So we really try to stay very grounded here in Little Tokyo about the situation that still remains today and happens to other communities. So we really want to impress upon all of you this action that we have coming up with all of these individuals and organizations next Thursday. So Thursday, June 27th, we have an action called Never Again Is Now, Fort Sill, a Little Tokyo protest to end family separation and detention centers. So, with the moment that is really looking at Fort Sill, we want to make the point that this is not just about one site, that we really are committed to making sure that we're a voice in solidarity with an action to really think about the end of all detention centers, okay, right? So it's not just going to end with this particular action next Thursday. We are actually all in the room committed to an entire year leading up to a major action in May of 2020 in DC, where we're going to collectively throughout the nation take 120,000 folded origami cranes and to really build up to that and build with other communities, other organizations throughout the year to have discussion, workshops, and places where we can just continually build on this. But to start all that, we really hope that you will all consider coming out next Thursday. It's right across the other side of this parking lot and back of the Union Center for the Arts here. It's between the two buildings of the museum, and it's right in the plaza outside. So again, that's next Thursday, the 27th at 7 p.m.
Yeah, so if you have any questions or you want to get involved, please talk to us. We're available. We'll take your email and then get you connected. Thank you.
Please show up. Thank you.
All right, so with that, are y'all ready to move on to the next act? Can you say yeah? Yeah! All right, so this next artist. So I was putting out a call for artists for this, like trying to get a sense for who might want to perform this evening, and I was talking to a good friend of mine, Kyoko, and Kyoko was saying, hey, so I happen to have this friend who's coming into town from London. I know, fancy, huh? And so for us, like, I think we're really happy to be one site that people who are coming through Los Angeles can grow and meet folks and grow with folks and build connections that they can use later on down the line and take a space like this as a place to try new things and build that network. So we're really happy to have this person with us, but with that we are really happy to not only have a totally new person through, we're really happy to have some folks who have been around for a little while. So with that, this next artist up, in fact this next group up, is called Waste Woman. They are a project that began in London through Toby, Kyoko, and a few other queer musicians in the London QDPIOC scene. They continue to create music beyond borders in London, Berlin, and Los Angeles, wherever they can meet to expand the QDIPOC global movement through artistic collaborations and expression. Toby Adebajo is a community-focused queer hairstylist, activist, poet, performer, singer, spirit dancer, and writer based in London who has come all the way to LA to perform with us here today. Can we give it up to that, for that resume? One-stop shop. Man. That's like the best salon I've ever heard of. They who works with prowess, centering their work on the depths and nuances of topics such as queer love, politics, Yoruba culture, and traditions. And our good friend Kyoko Ginjabrew is an actor, musician, director, filmmaker, and performance artist. Y'all are just like, what are we? I just wrote all of them down. I love it. I love it. They recently directed a 2-night multimedia performance art show called Asian America, The Future Is Now, with many folks from the TNC community. A lot of folks are over here. I see Janelle waving furiously over there. You can, on TV, who here watches TV? Yes, yes. Or like shows, like watches shows, like, yeah, okay, I know, TV is a weird word these days. I don't have a, anyway, but I do watch shows. You can watch Kyoko on TNT's Animal Kingdom this season and on the upcoming TV series High Fidelity. Can we give it up for community folks getting work? That's like such a thing. That's such a thing. And today they are backed by the incredible resident artists, and I have to give these two like such love. These three actually such love because they show up as like not only artists in themselves but as folks who are supporting a lot of other artists in the space. They're backed up by the incredible resident artist Janice and Angel on keys, Grace Lumali on drums, and Valerie Nye on bass. Can we please hear it for Waste Woman?
Hi everyone. Just doing a quick setup and then we'll be fully with you. Can you hear me okay? Yeah? Cool. I feel like Sean's already done like a really lovely intro, so I'm not going to take up too much more time trying to tell you about myself, but I'm very grateful to be performing with Waste Women today. We've only had 2 rehearsals, so I think we've done like an amazing job, and I'm very grateful for the kind of energies that we've brought together today, and I hope you guys enjoy this set. I fell in love with an alien. They showed me things that I didn't know existed. Oh, I fell in love with an alien. They showed me things. They showed me things. They showed me. An alien. They showed me things that I didn't know existed. Oh, I fell in love with an alien. They showed me things. They showed me things. They showed me.
and introduce Toby. It's just such a surreal world right now where, yeah, Toby's such a huge part of who I am and who I became to be.
So it's also like just acknowledging this femship and the fact that we're here as queer people, and there's like a whole like amazing crew just showing out just to support Pride, and seems like there's no better time to be.
And just seeing like the international queer community bridged together means so much to me. So yay! This next song is called Kaguya Hime, and it's based, well, it was kind of started off of the Japanese folk myth about Kaguya Hime, this princess from the moon, who comes down to Earth to try to experience happiness, is what I gathered from it. And we talk a lot about the moon. And do you want to...
Yeah, so we actually also do like lots of full moon and rituals and gatherings as well as the queer witches that we are. So just thinking about the moon and talking about our experiences, in that way was just kind of a special thing that we decided to do together.
And for us, like whenever we look at the moon, because we're so apart, and Toby's in London and I'm in LA, but when we're on our walks alone, we kind of look at the moon to remind ourselves that so many queer family is also looking at the moon wherever they are, and we're all alone together. So that's the reminder for the moon for us, and this is a song about that.
Forgetting that she was the daughter of healers and knew how to heal their curse. Sounds of their past lives move through night and day. So silence got weary and voices start fading away. Now they love and all they see is memories of who they used to be. I'm making my way home and asking for your light. Oh, moon in the sky, won't you give me something? Send your rays down. Won't you give me something? So hold me tight. Won't you give me something? Won't you give me something right? So Waste Women, this is our final song. It's called Waste Women, and like the waste women that we are, you know, we just stay producing, creating, working as hard as we can, and acknowledging, you know, the wasteness of our existence.
But also that we get shit done. You know? And despite all that, despite being late, despite taking time for self-care, despite, you know, smoking before a flight and almost missing flights, we're still here.
Yep, we made it.
So yeah, this is to all the waste women out there.
Yeah.
Woo!
In a world where existence is resistance, take a pause and let your heart dance and hey, do you believe in your power today? Go out in the world and awaken, be honest and say, step in to your inner power, deep in slumber. Step in. Step in. Step up to reality. Then loudly say I disagree. Don't make me, 'cause I see what I see. There ain't no room for repression. We breathe and then we fuck up your oppression. This waste woman is hard at work, and if you listen, you'll hear that. Feel the tension in your neck. Oh, I can feel the stress in your throat. Is that your heart on a platter? I can see that everybody's had to grow. You better take a bite to eat, my friend, before there's nothing left but pity, man. Pity, man. Your heart out till there's nothing left. And if they ask you what you did that for, hate you but I love me. Hate you but I love me more. Hate you but I love me more. Go, waste woman, go. Waste woman, go. Waste woman, waste woman, waste woman, waste woman, waste woman, waste woman. Waste woman, waste woman, waste woman.
Barry on bass, Grace on drums, and Jenny on keys.
Thank you
Thank you so much, this is Toby and Keiko. And we're also selling zines. Back there is Janelle and Genevieve, if you want to wave. We're selling these zines that we created with 53 other contributors for the Asian America The Future Is Now accompanying show. So please go check that out if you like.
The zines are beautiful, and I'm about to buy myself a copy also. So.
Give it up for Toby!
All right, thank you again, Waste Women. Let's give it up for them again. And if you love their set, just a reminder, they are selling zines, so definitely check those out. So it is now time for open mic. Here at TNC, we prioritize the voices of youths, elders, women, API folks, people of color, queer, transgender, and gender non-conforming folks, and we reserve the right to hold a spot for someone from one of those communities. We also reserve the right to cut mic for open mic performances in instances where we feel the content is inappropriate for the space or unjustly targets communities at their expense. So open mic sign-ups start at 7 p.m. Every show day, so if you'd like to sign up, please come at 7 p.m. next time. So tonight we have 3 amazing open mic performers, the first of which is Catherine Hang. This is what's written here. It's 20 by Teen. She's 23 and she's singing Wish You Were Gay by Billie Eilish. She's kind of a songwriter, kind of trying to see where this goes. So let's give it up for Catherine Hang. Hello, yes, I'm Kat. It is 20 by Teen, you know. But you love who you love, so it doesn't matter. But this is Wish You Were Gay by Billie Eilish. This is my first time ever doing like an open mic or like anything. There's like a lot of people here. Like this is like amazing. This is awesome. I don't know. It's like woo. Okay. Okay. Baby, I don't feel so good. 6 words you never understood. I'll never let you go. 5 words you never say. I laugh alone like nothing's wrong. 4 days has never felt so long.
wish I didn't want to stay. I just kinda wish you were gay. Thanks for listening, I guess. Let's give it up again for Catherine. That was her first time performing. All right, next up to the mic, we have Yidu Sun. He is a Canadian implant based in LA, a musician, writer, composer, singer, songwriter, and poet. He is a law student specializing in music, film, TV, and video games, and he has 2 poems for us tonight. So let's give a warm welcome to Yidu Sun.
Hi guys, so I have 2 poems for you. I haven't done this in a really long time. This is actually my first performance ever in Los Angeles. Thank you. So I'm going to share 2 poems I've recently written. The first one is an experiment. I took the lyrics of my most listened album in 2018 and I scrambled them up into a poem. And I hope it makes some sense to you. This one's called A Distant Flame. Blinded, I used to sing of seeing in light. Deafened, no hope remains in the darkened skies above. Silenced, stars fade away baptized by shadows. From dust to flesh, from flesh to scars, to nothing in your lust I came, a distant flame before your touch. Fractured, my faith cut like a divided mirror. Burdened, echoes pierced the dark of my Eucharist. Ensnared, scratching out the smoke in my eyes. From flesh to scars, from scars to ash, to nothing in your lust I came, a distant flame within your touch. Tattered, my wings blackened, gasping at air. Shattered, my memory beholden to loss and shame. Scavenged, feast upon the carrion of my earthly remains. From scars to ash, from ash to dust, to nothing in your lust I came, a distant flame beneath your touch. Consumed in burning red, there can be no eulogy. Shrouded by your depraved and reviled sacrament. Renounced the altar of your abattoir of my bones. From ash to dust, from dust to flesh, to nothing in your lust I came, a distant flame aside your touch. Casted the fog and thorns of endless nightmares, weakened by the warmth of a dawning light of snowy spring. Renewed, my heart set ablaze by the strength to carry on. From dust to flesh, from flesh to stars, to all things out of your lust I came, a distant flame beyond your touch. So the next one, I just finished writing it today. This is going to be my first time actually performing this. This is usually not with my usual style of writing. I'm mainly a written poet. I do spoken word on the side, but this is more traditionally a spoken word piece. This is called Just Someone. Have you ever met someone who made your heart beat fast like you're on a high? Someone who would hold on tight while you ride on the motorcycle of life. Someone who you can trust with your keys to your home and even your heart. Someone who's not only there for you, but give your engine a jump start. I've met someone like that, at a time when I needed that rush to feel like I'm living, at a time when I couldn't bear to see myself alone in my apartment, at a time where I was running on a gas tank nearing empty. I've met someone who became the cup of coffee in the morning to keep me going day after day, became the unofficial roommate of my no longer cold bed and now lived in shelves, became the consistent routine that allowed me to deal with whatever life threw at me while I was pursuing my dreams. I've met someone who made me happy, Someone who believed in me even though I didn't believe in myself. Someone who loved me even though I struggled to love myself. Someone who made me feel special as I magically found the one. She was a little godsend. It was written in her name. We met in college, like best friends always do. She was a Trojan, alright, but instead of a comrade, she was a wooden horse. She bypassed all my firewalls, and now she went through the back door. She was a phantom, but oh, was she ever real. She came crashing in and knocked me down, only to promise me that she will break my heart. Leaned over as I laid there, she whispered into my ear, I didn't love you, I only pretended to. Suddenly the air became heavy and thick as I started to gasp for air. The sky grew dark as the clouds rained down the tears. The ground caved in and swallowed me as I silently screamed, falling down the bottomless trap hole of her haunting dreams. When everything finally stopped, I found myself fractured. My mind splattered, illusions shattered, reality fractured. She left me broken in shambles, clinging to her shackles of blames, of lies, of gas and light for my burning pines. She said it wanted to be like Dora and explore, saying no to swiping, but she just ended up being the thief she abhorred. Left and right she goes, chasing tinders while leaving me in cinders. Ended up being the map tucked close behind her, only used when she got lost. Since then, I kept my heart closed off from the rest of the world while I write poems and songs that I secretly want everyone to hear. And my friends say, who hurt you? I can only chuckle and say someone who shouldn't have, but did anyway. But now, I can pour myself my morning cup of coffee. I can fill my room with my own things and be the shooting star that I want to be. As I realized that was enough, the writing appeared on the wall in big, rejoicing letters announcing she wasn't the one. She was just someone I used to know. Thank you.
Let's give it up again for Yidu. All right, and to round out the open mic tonight, we have Mikey, who is a Midwest native, a singer-songwriter with a pop, urban pop, and R&B sound. So let's give it up for Mikey.
Hello, Tuesday Night Cafe, how we doing? All right, like you said, my name is Mikey. Yeah, I'm a Filipino, queer Filipino singer-songwriter. Hey, and soon to be your favorite singer-songwriter. Come on, let's go. So this song is about, is for anybody who has ever looked into the mirror and was like, damn, I do not look good right now. And it's like, you know, that really resonated, like, you know, and you carried that spirit. And it's like, man, so I'm here to say, like, the song is called Beautiful. So I'm like, yo, you are beautiful. And, you know, this is a very beautiful space, and it's so crazy that there's so many people here. So, you know, it'd be even crazier if we all sang along. I know, you're like, I don't know the song. I've never heard it before, but it's really easy. It's really easy. It's like one word. And can you guess what it is? Beautiful. So it goes like this. You're beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful to me, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You're so beautiful, Everybody got that? You got it, let's go, let's roll with it. Hey. Once again, my name is Mikey. I hope I remember the words. Here we go again. You're pushing me. Is it all enough? Oh, baby, do I need some more? Every time you ask, it'll be the same. You already know my answer, but I'll give you more. The way you're walking to the room, it has me thinking. Baby, every time you ask, that's not the words, but hello, hello, hello. From your head down to your toes, all of it. Oh, why can't you see it? Your eyes, your lips, your nose, your hips. Stop worrying, stop worrying. so beautiful. So here we go again. Your questioning, does it feel right? Does it look good? Do I look like him? But baby, oh, stop comparing. You are one of a kind and no one else can take your shine. The way you walk into the room, it has me thinking, how am I that lucky? Want to call you baby. Whenever you're here, get a wake-up call. Hello, hello, hello. Can't you see? Your eyes, your lips, your nose, your hips. Come on, stop worrying, stop worrying. Let's sing. And you're beautiful. Come on, beautiful. Sing it. Beautiful to me. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You're so beautiful. Thank you. My name is Mikey. Yeah. Catch me on Instagram, Mikey Sings. That's MAIHIKEEESINGS. All right. Thank you so much, Tuesday Night Cafe.
Dang, Mikey, that's really hard to follow. But anyway, I'm Sophia. I'm one of the staff members at Tuesday Night Cafe. And as you can see, I'm holding a humble little box, and basically this entire space is run by volunteers. Everything is provided by people like you and us just working here just because we want to keep this space going and keep this a platform for all sorts of people in Los Angeles. So if you have $1, $10, $100, whatever you want, coins, I'll be walking around with this box. Oh, word. Yeah, thanks.
Y'all, I'm still recovering from that open mic. That was a roller coaster. That was like a 15-minute roller coaster just now. So yes, if you too want to get up here and perform during the open mic, show up around 6:55, 7 o'clock. You can put your name in to the lottery for 3 slots. That's how I got my start here. That's how a lot of folks get our start here. But with that, we are moving into the second half of the show. Can I hear it for the second half of the show? We've got 3 more sets for you, just 3 more sets, and all of them are very different and all of them are very awesome in different ways. So again, if you are just joining us, you are at Tuesday Cafe. Thank you so much for being here. You are all beautiful, and there are a lot of you. So please feel free to fill in all the spaces that you can. I think there's some more room over here if you want a more direct look. Feel free to stand behind the gate. If you're behind the gate, can I hear it? Can I hear it from the cabana section? Can I hear it from the middle? Can I hear from this side? All right, and then I saw him earlier. Can I hear from my uncle who's somewhere in the audience? Yes, yes. Very loudly, yes. Let's give it for family who shows up to your things. Family who shows up to your art things. That's very important. As artists, we know how that goes. So with that, speaking of family, we are really, really excited for the Have a Space like this and to have been having this space for the last 21 years, because what that means is we have grown our family exponentially every year. And with that, I would happen to be at an event earlier in Little Tokyo this month, and I ran into an old family member of ours who had left Los Angeles. I know, right? Hard to imagine someone leaving Los Angeles. This person had left Los Angeles but had always been a really long time family member of the Tuesday Night Cafe space. I know a lot of you, this is your first time. I hope that the next time you come, you'll recognize some more names. The time after that, you'll recognize some more names, and sure enough, you'll be tight family with us as well. So this person is someone who has traveled all the way from Portland. What? Can we hear from Portland? I don't know if I've ever been to Portland. I only know what I know from Portlandia. So it's like pickling stuff and putting birds on things. But this person is also in Portland. And because this person is in Portland, Portland is a better place. So please, can I hear it for Ami Patel, who is a poet and 2-time Bona Fellow. She currently lives in Portland, Oregon, where she has read at Unchaste, White Noise Project, and the Decanted pop-up at the Portland Book Festival. When living in LA, she read at past Tuesday night cafes and performed solo work with East West Players at Vogue South Asian Arts Festival. I remember that was really awesome. Her written work can be found in the Unchaste Anthology Volume 2 and in the upcoming Mad Woman, etc. zine. And again, remember at the beginning we talked about snapping. We talked about going like this. We talked about going, I want to hear a lot of that. Can we do that? All right, can we please hear it for Ami Patel?
Thank you, Sean. Pretty much what he said about Portland is true. People ask me, what is Portland like? I say it's wet and white. So do with that what you want. So I am visiting, and I'm staying with my family in Corona. And, is this loud enough? Yeah, I hope. Okay. So, family can be complicated. We've had a decade, that's what I'll say. But they're also very loving, and I've had some good time with my dadi, my grandma. So I wanted to read this poem about her first, and then we'll go from there. So it's called My Equation on Thriving Receives Some Edits. Leaves? We eat all the leaves, Dadi declares as she angles her aging body through varying heights and swirls of the green I have interrogated. My great-uncle ripped out all the concrete, wove PVC pipes, and cyclone chicken wire through soil so Dadi could resurrect the seeds she has tucked between folded saris in her suitcases and rolled past U.S. Customs for decades. She squats in her Reebok slippers next to Gilora, the tendrils vining across a sun-drenched wire grid. Some of the vines are tied up with string, although the more brazen ones fray the nylon. Dadi plucks in short bursts like her conversations. The thumb-sized Gilora is striped like a watermelon, puckering a cloud-like flower at the neck. Each one is bestowed a brief hug in her arthritic hands. Some are adolescent with 2 rows of flesh-colored seeds in their spongy belly. These she keeps for later, when she'll saute them with garlic. Others are plump with age and mealy red innards. She tosses those over the fence for her neighbors, squirrels and birds. You have to leave a little something for them, no? They're hungry too. These declarations are never in English. Just her few words fill me up, remind me of the softness that hides in the gritty that is this tiny woman. Also, my parents and my dadi and my sister are watching via live stream, so everybody say yay for them. All right, so when Sean asked me to be here, he said this was the LGBTQ plus show, and I was like, hell yeah, because being LGBTQ plus person of color is the best. I will join you. He also mentioned the theme was healing, so I'm going to try to see where we go with that. I just want to say, all of you that are queer, trans, non-binary, know that you are blessed, and those of you that are not, feel humbled to know us, because our beauty, rigor, and tenderness is transcendent. Transcendent, y'all. So, I'm just up here being the radical queer witchy auntie that you didn't know you needed. I'm here. I'm going to tell you what's what. All right. With that, I actually want to read a piece that I didn't think I would read, but I'm going to do it. This is for all the witches out there, waste women. Where you at? There is no power in you, sloppy coil. I take the witch you hurl at me and shape her into glory. Rearrange the shards into galaxy. From up close you see sorry, but let me clarify. Step back and you will see slurry. Fluid like the fucks I only give and receive from anointed bodies. Contorted in seance. You want to drown me? Gag me and cut out my tongue? Why do you think I stick it out in the first place? Because it defies this dimension. Try to tell me I cannot conjure my own future. Try to tell me these dusty books I carry in my hips are not going to birth fresh definitions of my people, unmoored, cacophonous, wild like chickweed and milk thistle, spikes and thorns and flowers. Bright young things that can soothe only if you know how to handle us. Otherwise, rely on these faces as poison. These limbs will bend every which way to grab all the weapons we see and fuse them as appendage. What choice do I have to move through this world, walking when I know gravity is a lie? I am cloud sweat and cracked coconuts. I sit here oozing dark pools of honey, and all you can do is watch, mouth agape, salivating. Let's do some sexy poems. Okay, cool. I like this crowd. This one is called Ashanti is for Lovers. The night statics with the heat of your invite. You shape soft rubies of lava in your throat. Turn me to devour. My body now whistles with the steam of no mercy. I sprawl on your veranda like summer's first breath. Ah, baby, you disturb my waters. These rivers dissect only to be seamed together by sinew of moonlight. The air hollow of birdsong until you exhale their bones. This one. All right, lovers not fighters. One of you wears a crown of dried millet and betel nut, the other a cap of coconut husk and coffee. You undress. In this absence of light, you glow like monsoon puddles. You wear garlands of dictionaries to translate ancient ribbons carried in your bellies. You rip out the pages, one by one. Fashion small chariots, line them up on jagged elbows and soft thighs. Celebrate a truce before war ever blooms. All right. Everybody with me? We're going on a little ride. That was some sexy love. There's a lot of different types of love that we get to witness and experience as queer folks. So I'm going to go with self-love. I think I have a few more minutes. Okay. This is called Watching Beychella After the Gym. I now enjoy squats since realizing my body is powerful. This particular shape, that is me. But no one told me this before. No. What they told me is your raging waves should not crash anywhere. Make a drought of yourself. Yet here I am, a grown woman, as you remind me, and I'm still wondering if I can truly do whatever I want. Centuries and beyond of non-white women walking in split cities, watching it all crumble over and over and over again, and in the midst of it is me, floppy-bellied and oh so sore, going up and down, seeking the salvation in the in-between. Like 2 more minutes? Perfect timing. All right. So, how many of y'all know Ocean Vuong? Incredible poet. Wrote a poem called Someday I'll Love Ocean Vuong. So I have a little Someday I'll Love Ami in reference to that, and just considering that, you know, to love myself is a radical and transformative act, and I'm here for myself every day. Someday I'll love Ami. Look up, Ami. The sunsets are reminding you that God is a drag queen and she is an infinite slay. The world can be dark, like a pocket suffocating its contents, but it can also be so bright your heart dilates with the possibilities. Remember those feelings. You planted the seeds of those feelings time and time again. Each season, you returned. Ami, you still carry the songs of farmers in you, songs that make flowers pucker and prod up and fill bellies with food and song. Ami, when you hum yourself to sleep, there will be generations in harmony with you, a centuries-old ghazal. Relatives you don't have the names for but have the heart for. They will stroke your cheek like warm desert winds. When you touch the earth, you can name it erotic. There is no limit to how we connect to ourselves. The truth is, we're just dark fossils, and those that nourish us now from the depths of soil will invite us there soon, where we will be blessed enough to nourish others. Ami, your steps grow with each passing year. Soon, you will be leaping across rivers and not just tiny streams. Soon, you will not see fear in those rivers. You already crave water on your skin, Ami. Mark yourself as supple. Dissolve only to mold yourself together again. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tuesday Night Cafe. You know you will always have a piece in my heart. Thank you so much for having me.
Can we hear it from Ami Patel all the way from Portland? All right, so we are down to our final two sets of the evening, and they are both super dynamic. And this next one is going to be on this screen. And I know a lot of us are used to watching screens on like a computer screen or on a phone, and so it's a little weird to be like in a community space outdoors watching this thing. But what we're going to ask you to do is, if you are able to pivot this way, and kind of like see it. I know this is asking a lot because there's not a lot of space and physics, but if you can like move over here, then you'll be able to see what's happening on the screen. And what's going to happen is, as they are setting up, I'm going to bring up our next artist to talk a little bit about what's about to happen on the screen. I'm so excited to have this person through. These two artists through actually real quick. And so, coming up, I'm going to be introducing Becca Park and Jun Shimizu. Becca is a dynamic director, producer, and writer based in Los Angeles, originally from Boston, who went to NYU where she self-taught and DIY'd her way onto the film scene at the Gallatin School of Visualized Study. There she centered her concentration at the intersection of mental health, personal narrative, and the power of self-expression in the arts. She's a badass creative and digital media chameleon, in the advertising marketing world, who has worked full-time at major companies like BuzzFeed, Disney, and Bain & Company. She is currently an associate creative director at Viacom. She remains committed to creating collaborative spaces and projects for artists and women of color. She is also the current winner of the Linda Maballard Award for Emerging New Directors and New Vision from the Los Angeles Asian Pacific Film Festival 2019. Please give it up for Becca Park and Jun Shimizu.
I'm Becca. It's kind of crazy hearing your resume read back to you. You kind of have imposter syndrome with yourself. Speakeasy Bee is my directorial debut. It's a short film. It's currently on the film festival circuit right now. It's funny because it's my first film and I'm 28 and it's kind of been 10 years in the making. I guess it's kind of taken 10 years to develop the verbal and the visual language to kind of describe this trauma of high school. I grew up as a queer POC in a predominantly very white, very wealthy town, falling in love with straight ass white women, and kind of yearning for this sense of whiteness and feeling inferior, whether it was racial or gender or sexuality, and that kind of really shaped me. So the film is my character B. She's in a therapy session, and she's trying to vocalize, the source of her depression stemming from heartache. In a very surreal, very experimental way, we're then taken into B's mind. So it's a journey through the mind, with the desert kind of serving as this stage, I guess, for poetic confrontation. So my character goes through, grappling with identity. And it's interesting because I couldn't find the words to describe this experience, and so all of the vignettes that you see were actual dreams that I had that kind of came to me, and so it gave me a lot of peace and catharsis to put it on the screen. I'm still grappling with the fact that I'm put myself in it, so please be kind. And this is Speakeasy Bee.
I'm gonna pause real quick. Maybe around the computers. One more time, Speakeasy B.
So you've marked depression as a reason for coming in today. Can you help define that a little bit more for me?
I met my wife when I was 15. And she's not my wife.
Did you lose this person in some significant way?
Yeah, it's been... It's, I'm sorry.
Make me a dish.
Excuse me?
Make me something. What is this? Where are you? Who are you? How are you? You.
Hey, cowboy.
My heart feels heavy. It's not like your head. Why can't I let this go?
You haven't changed much. Still so full of angst.
It's not angst. It's armor. I never could come in here with you.
If people had seen us together,
And we loved each other.
you will always have a place in my heart.
I envy you. You always had this openness on your face. It's right there in your eyes. Remember how I used to tell you how they look like a solar eclipse on a summer's day?
Maybe what you're seeing now is my happiness. And you can get here too, Lee.
I didn't say anything about happiness.
Well, I am. To you. Be happy.
Okay.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the biggest basketball game ever. This is the game of the century. This is the game of the millennium. The crowd goes wild. They're all the same. And this team comes out, and they're all. And it's tied 1-1. He got the ball and he shoots. Miss it. I like being myself. When I be myself, then I can just sexy walk. Well, I don't understand. Boys, well, they can't wear high heels, but girls can, and the girls can't wear boy clothes. I think that I have the right to wear high heels. I want to be my own self. I just want to be amazing like a superstar.
B. Don't be discouraged. It can be hard to get words out the first time. We'll get into that head of yours soon and figure out where this depression is taking root.
Okay.
Check. Can we get it one more time for Speakeasy B? I'm gonna let this epic music run and these credits go so you can watch them as I'm talking. But we are down to our final artist for the evening, and I'm so excited. This is really epic. I feel bad speaking over this epic music. June told me I could start talking, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna let these credits go. Because listen, crew is really, really important to make sure films like this happen. I think we forget the labor that goes into movies like this. It's been amazing watching this project start from this inception. Please support the film. Please talk to Becca after. But with that, we are down to our final artist of the evening. Can I get lights? Yes, thank you. Cool. So, this has been a beautiful evening. Thank you so much for being here this evening. If you haven't done it yet, if you have been on the Instagram or on the Facebook or on the whatever posting about us, you can follow us at TN Project. At TN Project, follow us, like our stuff, tag us in your posts. We'd love to hear from you. But this next artist, this final artist for this evening, I was so excited to be bringing them back. They are a long, long time friend of this space. They are a Little Tokyo worker. They are somebody who have been close family of ours for years now. And they took a little bit of a break from performing. And then I'd asked them to perform last year, and they told me, we're taking a moment. And then I got this email from him in February that goes, Sean, I'm ready. I am ready for my return. And so I was trying to find a good show to showcase them. And the reality is that really any show would be good. But for this show, I really wanted to bring them in. As somebody who was a close friend of the space, as somebody who I think embodies a lot of the energy that we want to see in Pride this month, in terms of being a fierce community advocate, a fierce community worker, a fierce cultural worker, and somebody who is trying to bring folks into spaces and also bring a good show behind that. So I was also excited when I reached out to him. He told me, I have a friend, can I bring a friend? I said, of course you can bring a friend. So today, I'm gonna change to the right page here because I'm on the wrong page. Y'all keep talking, it's cool. How's it going? Y'all good? Good? Alright, so coming up, we've got Rei Fukuda, who is a self-taught guitarist learning to sing and songwrite through transition. Fukuda is an urban nerd, urban planner with a D, get it? Planner and with a D, nerd. You're the second urban planning nerd we've had this year. Yeah, I'll tell you about Carolyn. She was real nerdy about it. She did a whole song about urban planning. And enjoys writing music in Spanish, English, and Japanese, and maybe even Italian one day. Woo! I can't even write a song in one language. With him is Chrissy Blevins, who is a composer who studied music composition at CUSU LA and has enjoyed playing percussion for various wind ensembles and the band Girl Fry. Blevins enjoys writing a variety of genres from classical to country and attempts to implement a multitude of styles into one piece where possible. Together, Chrissy and Rei first came together around 2010 and brought queer, black, Japanese, Paraguayan, gender fluid goodness with delicious percussion. Delicious percussion, that's a fun phrase. Delicious percussion, guitar, and vocals. This is your last act for the evening. So can I please hear it for Ray and Chrissy?
Hi everyone, how y'all doing? Alright, I'm gonna try and I kind of want to be at the same level. Chrissy, let me back up a little bit.
I'm used to it.
Thank you so much for having me and Chrissy tonight. Like Sean said, it's been a while. The last time I performed, the last time actually Chrissy and I performed the first time at 341 First Street North, the space on First Street, for Jaws, and we thought we would try again because we had a great time. So I have been transitioning on testosterone for a couple years now. As you can imagine, singing has been challenging but good. I'm actually doing it instead of just not. So I hope my voice doesn't crack a lot, and we're gonna have a good time. Also, yeah, these songs are covers, and I've changed the lyrics a little bit. This song is called Kimberly's Mine. It's by Son Little, and I changed the lyric Kimberly's Mine to This Body Is Mine, and just felt like a song that I could really relate to. Just, everyone's body is their own, and whatever you do with it is your own decision. So that's kind of the background to why I wanted to play this song. 1 second.
Thank you all for having me in this space as well. This is my first time at Tuesday Night Cafe. What a beautiful space full of beautiful people. This will be my first time on vocals as well, so I'm excited about that.
Also,
I love it too.
Also, it was Chrissy's birthday last weekend, so all right, let's do this. All that I ever needed in life is right here before me. shouting right in your ear. This body's mine, stand clear. I'ma make you pay if I ever try to catch you around here. Cold wine, pressure on my mind. Have I made myself clear? Or do I have to stand up and shout it right in your ear? This body's mine, stand clear. I'ma make you pay if I ever try and catch you around here. Okay, the next song is Chrissy mostly singing. And she's gonna do great, and I'm not gonna mess up guitar as much. Okay.
Thank you, person I can't see. Appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. My beautiful mother who's here too. I love you guys watching at home too. There's a lot of people watching, but I love
So
you.
sweet.
All right. It's always something ain't keeps us both alone. Life is what we sound. We'll start.
Is it? Dude?
No, that's me hitting those high notes.
Sonic experience.
No worries, take your time.
To the sound.
You got any rappers in the crowd? His birthday's just passed. Diddy Pascal. Comes off the same little stuff. Wanna give me my money? Who wanna give me money? Wanna give me money? It's funny cause I like to sing. I like to do a little percussion. And let me tell you something, I ain't got shit. I might slow down. Should I stop? I don't want the mic to I wrote that
Wow. So multi-talented, Chrissy. You know, you could try just turning me off, maybe. That would help.
I think I found it, sorry.
Okay. No, thank you.
I'm sorry.
You're working.
Should I have a sing?
You don't need to donate so we can get more.
Life is what we make it. I'll depend on my own. It Every now and then, oh, I can feel the magic. But your love is always going out of fashion. And I don't wanna know what it's like to be the one who's on your mind. I see a bit of you in me. And I don't wanna know what it's like when you're not home and I'm not right. There's a little bit of you in me. Can't you feel it fading? What we were is just a shell. No matter how I'm laying, girl, what is bad didn't make itself. I'm catching my breath out in my chest. I'm loving you less, I need to confess. Ooh, you got me acting crazy. And I hope you couldn't tell. Just 'cause you and me are done don't make it tragic. I put all I had and nothing ever happened. Every now and then, oh, I can feel the magic. But your love is always going out of fashion. And I don't wanna know what it's like to be the one who's on your mind. Your mind, no. And I don't wanna know what it's like when you're not home and I'm not right. A little bit of you with me. And I don't wanna know what it's like when you're not home and I'm not right. It's a little bit of you and me. And I don't wanna know what it's like to be the one who's on your mind. And I don't wanna know what it's like to be the one who's on my mind. And I don't wanna know what it's like when you're not home and I'm not right. No, I don't wanna know what it's like to be the one who's on your mind. No, I don't wanna know what it's like when I'm not home and you're not right.
Yay, Chrissy.
For listening. Thank you. Thank you. That was a lot of fun. I get why the vocalists like to sing all the time. I'm like a shower car singer, but I think I'm going to do this again. Yeah. All right, you ready?
Okay, this is John Mayer. Still feel like your man. Yes. Oh, wow. Okay. You like it.
Tag John Mayer too. I mean, you might like it.
Oh my god. Alright. Prettiest queer in the room, they want me. I know because they told me so. They said come over, I'd like to get to know you, but I just don't think I can. 'Cause I still feel like your man. Still feel like your man. Still feel like your man. So keep your shampoo in my shower, in case you wanna wash your hair. And I know that you probably found yourself someone somewhere, but I do not really care. 'Cause as long as this is there, I still feel like your man. I still feel like your man. I still feel like your man. Still feel like your man. Still like the letters in your name and how they feel. Still think I'm never gonna find another you. Still like to leave the party early and go home, babe. Don't you know, babe, I'd rather sit here on my own than be alone, babe. 'Cause I still feel like a man. Still feel like your 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 man. I still feel like, I still feel like, I still feel like, I still feel Sorry, that was so out of tune and like just doing it. Of course, one of the guitar strings broke during sound check, so that's the string that's giving us issues. But shout out to Ant to giving me a guitar string because we couldn't have done this. Oh, you know what? Oh, I didn't even need to tune. I'm changing guitars. Sorry. Thank you all again for coming. It's the runaway cajon who just likes to run away. This is by Alex Cuba. It's called Si Pero No. Oh, it's not. That'd be good too. This is the last song. Thanks again, y'all. Silencio me agita, me rompe la calma. Una fiebre bajita se convierte en ansias de zafar el nudo que llevo en el alma. desde que la he visto enamorada, desde que la he visto enamorada. Sí, pero no, porque yo sé que su amor no me conviene, no, pero sí, que puede ser mejor que lo que ella tiene, sí, pero no, porque yo sé que su amor no me conviene, no, pero sí, que puede ser mejor que lo que ya tienes. Si en mi mar te miraras, yo sería un espejo y quizás te engañara al reflejar tu cuerpo. Hallarías la brisa devorando el tiempo, dentro de mis ojos lo que siento. Hallarías la brisa devorando el tiempo, dentro de mis ojos lo que siento. Dentro de mis ojos lo que yo siento. Sí, pero no, porque yo sé que su amor no me conviene, no, pero sí, que puede ser mejor que lo que ella tiene, sí, pero no, porque yo sé que su amor no me conviene, no, pero sí, que puede ser mejor que lo que ella tiene, sí, pero no, porque yo sé que su amor no me conviene, no, pero sí, que puede ser mejor que lo que ella tiene. Sí, pero no, no.
Can we please get it one more time for Ray and Chrissy? Can we please get it for all the artists this evening? Did y'all have a good time? Did y'all have a good time? Alright, so if you had a good time, a little earlier I made a joke about how we need your donations. That was not quite a joke. Next month is what month? I know it took one more time. Next month is 1 month. And July means that it is our fundraising month. So what we do is, rather than trying to like send mailers out and all of that mess, we just ask for money for over the course of 1 month to try to fundraise everything, so we don't really have to think about it outside of that. So the next 2 shows are going to be fundraising shows, and they're going to be pretty, I was about to say a swear word, but there's a child like right there. They're going to be pretty awesome. They're going to be pretty cool. So, with that, if you can come for the next month, if you can tell your friends about it, the next 2 months, the next 2 shows are going to be our fundraising shows. You can find us on Facebook and follow us there. You can again find us on Instagram at TN Project. But our next show is going to be July 2nd. July 2nd is our next show. When is our next show? When is our next show? Again, you can find us at TN Project or Tuesday Project on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram at Sean Mira, SEANMIURA. I appreciate the follows and likes. But if you are so inclined, please feel free to stick around and help us in wrapping this cable. Please help us in folding these benches. Please say hi to the artists. They would love to meet you. I believe I'm speaking for them. But please say hello to the artists. Please say hello to make some new friends with consent. We hope to talk to you very soon. I would love to meet you. Please come say hello to I. Get home safely. See you on July 2nd. Oh, and one more shout out to